A man is behind bars in Seguin after telling police he was going to church to, quote, fulfill a prophecy. Police say 33-year-old Tony Albert walked into a restaurant wearing sunglasses and a surgical mask early Sunday morning. He asked the restaurant owner and her daughter where he could find the Baptist church. He even asked the daughter for a ride there. Police say Albert was walking near the Guadalupe River Bridge wearing a white scarf on his head, tactical gear, and a surgical mask. And he had a gun loaded, had a loaded handgun with extra ammunition.
We'd rather go out and it be nothing than something that we didn't check because somebody didn't want to bother us, and we don't go out and check it and it ends up being something such as this. It could have turned into something that was devastating to our community.
Albert was arrested and charged with marijuana possession and for having a firearm. Seguin police say they are working with the Texas Rangers, FBI, and ATF to learn more about Albert's plan and his motive. Police say it's important to note Albert did not identify a specific church in Seguin. Authorities say he thought he was in a different town altogether.